This match should have happened years ago, and the fact that it's only happening now is absolutely infuriating. Gunther, AJ Styles. In the same ring. For the first time. On Raw. In Germany. Let that sink in for a second. How did WWE let two of the most dominant, most respected, most violently different wrestlers of the modern era exist at the same time, and never cross paths until now? Seriously, who dropped the ball here? And be honest, does this feel historic to you or does it feel criminally overdue? Drop that answer in the comments right now. Because this isn't just another dream match. This is a collision of wrestling ideologies. Gunther doesn't wrestle matches, he conducts executions. Every chop is a statement. Every slam is a reminder that this ring is his territory. He doesn't need flashy moves. He doesn't need theatrics. He just breaks people down piece by piece, like a machine programmed to destroy. And now WWE is sending Raw to Germany, Gunther's domain. Do you understand how dangerous that is? The crowd isn't just going to cheer him. They're going to empower him. Now on the other side, AJ Styles. The phenomenal one. The man who made his name traveling the world, outlasting eras, surviving locker rooms, reinventing himself while others faded away. AJ Styles doesn't overpower you, he outthinks you. He doesn't break you, he outpaces you. And when you make one mistake, it's over. So here's the real question, and don't dodge it: who actually has the advantage here? The general or the survivor? Think about it. Gunther has momentum. Gunther has the crowd. Gunther has brute force. But AJ Styles? AJ has experience against every style imaginable. Powerhouses, giants, technicians, strikers, legends, rookies, monsters. So tell me, has Gunther ever faced someone like AJ Styles before? Because this isn't just strength vs speed. This is discipline vs instinct, control vs chaos. And let's talk about the anger behind this match. Gunther represents everything unforgiving about professional wrestling. No shortcuts, no mercy, no excuses. He doesn't care about your legacy. He doesn't care about your highlight reel. He cares about dominance. AJ Styles, meanwhile, is fighting father time, perception, and disrespect. Every time AJ steps into the ring now, there are people whispering, is he still that guy? And if that doesn't make this match personal, I don't know what does. Be real, do you think WWE is testing AJ Styles here? Or are they setting him up to fall? Because putting AJ against Gunther in Germany isn't accidental. That's a pressure cooker. That's WWE saying, prove it. And here's what makes this even crazier. There is no playbook for this match. Gunther can't out-wrestle AJ in speed. AJ can't outpower Gunther in raw strength. So who adapts first? Who gets frustrated first? Who snaps? Let me ask you something: do you think Gunther respects AJ Styles, or do you think he sees him as just another name to erase? And what about AJ? Does he view Gunther as a wall he has to climb, or a statement he needs to make? Because one loss here changes everything. If Gunther loses, the aura cracks. If AJ loses, the doubts get louder. There is no safe outcome, and that's why this match matters. This isn't about championships. This isn't about rankings. This is about legacy colliding with inevitability. Germany is about to witness something brutal, technical, and unforgettable. No flips for applause. No cheap finishes. Just pain, precision, and pride. So I want to know, who are you backing? Gunther, the unstoppable force, or AJ Styles, the immovable will? And one last thing: when this match ends, do you think we'll be asking for a rematch immediately, or will this be one of those battles so violent, so definitive, that there's nothing left to say? Sound off in the comments. Share this with someone who still doesn't understand how big this match is. And stay locked to Ring Rumble, because this is wrestling when it's at its angriest. Because when the bell rings in Germany, excuses die first. This isn't going to be pretty. This isn't going to be safe. And it definitely isn't going to be forgotten. Picture this: AJ Styles stepping into the ring, hearing a crowd that is not on his side. No respect chants. No phenomenal cheers drowning out the noise. Just a wall of sound backing the man who thrives on punishment. How do you wrestle calmly when every chop Gunther throws gets a roar of approval? How do you breathe when the building wants you broken? Ask yourself this: has AJ ever been in an environment this hostile before? Because Gunther feeds off discomfort. He feeds off fear. And Germany is going to amplify every single strike. Every chop is going to echo. Every slam is going to feel final. And here's the part nobody is talking about. Gunther doesn't panic. He doesn't rush. He doesn't chase. He waits. AJ Styles relies on timing, rhythm, flow. But what happens when your opponent refuses to play your game? What happens when Gunther turns this match into a slow, suffocating grind? Do you think AJ can survive that pace? Or does he need to shock the world early? Because if AJ doesn't strike first, this could get ugly fast. And don't overlook this: Gunther has something to prove too. People still call him dominant. People still call him elite. But there's a voice growing louder every week saying, yeah, but can he hang with the best technical wrestlers of all time? AJ Styles is that test. This isn't just a match for Gunther, it's validation. So let me throw another question at you. If Gunther beats AJ Styles clean in Germany, where does that place him in WWE history? Top 5? Top 10? Or already knocking on all-time great territory? Because beating AJ Styles isn't just another win. That's a receipt WWE cashes in forever. And if AJ Styles wins, then everything changes. Then the conversation flips. Then the doubts disappear. Then the narrative becomes AJ Styles is still that guy. And let's be honest, how many people are secretly rooting for that? How many of you want to see AJ silence the crowd, stun Gunther, and stand tall in enemy territory? Because nothing makes a moment legendary like surviving where you were never meant to. This match is dangerous because it doesn't need chaos. It doesn't need interference. It doesn't need drama. The stakes are built into the men themselves. One represents the future that refuses to slow down. The other represents a legacy that refuses to fade. So tell me, do you think this match ends clean, or do you think the intensity gets so high that something snaps? And when the dust settles, whose hand is raised? Drop your prediction. Drop your reasoning. And be ready, because when Gunther and AJ Styles finally collide, the wrestling world is going to feel it. And no matter who wins, we'll all be arguing about it long after the bell. And that argument? That's exactly what WWE is counting on. Because this isn't a match designed to give you closure. It's designed to divide you. Some of you are already convinced Gunther walks through AJ like a wrecking ball. Others are clinging to the idea that AJ Styles has one more legendary night left in him. And neither side is crazy, which makes this even more dangerous. Let's talk psychology. Gunther doesn't underestimate people, he dissects them. He studies where they breathe, where they hesitate, where they start to doubt. And AJ Styles? He's made a career out of capitalizing on the smallest opening. One missed chop, one slow turn, one overcommitment, and suddenly the phenomenal forearm is flying. So here's a question you need to answer honestly. Who makes the first mistake? Because whoever slips first loses control of the entire match. And control is everything here. Gunther wants this match grounded, heavy, painful. He wants AJ feeling every second, every strike, every ounce of pressure. He wants to drain the speed, drain the explosiveness, drain the hope. AJ wants chaos. AJ wants movement, angles, sudden bursts. He wants Gunther turning, adjusting, reacting. Because the moment Gunther has to chase, that's when cracks start to form. But Germany changes everything. This isn't neutral ground. This isn't a polite crowd appreciating technical wrestling. This is a battlefield where Gunther is treated like royalty. Every chop becomes louder. Every counter becomes more urgent. Every comeback AJ tries to mount is met with resistance from thousands of voices. So tell me, does crowd support actually matter here, or does greatness rise above it? And don't forget, pressure doesn't only break challengers. Sometimes it breaks champions too. What happens if Gunther feels he has to win? What happens if he starts forcing it? What happens if AJ drags him into deep waters he's never had to swim in before? Because for all of Gunther's dominance, there's still one unanswered question. Has he ever been pushed past his limit? AJ Styles has. We've seen AJ bleed. We've seen him crawl. We've seen him adapt when the odds were stacked against him. Survival is in his DNA. So ask yourself, does that experience outweigh Gunther's raw authority? And here's the part that should make you uneasy. No matter who wins, someone leaves changed. Gunther wins? He's no longer just dominant, he's undeniable. AJ wins? He becomes untouchable in legacy conversations. There is no quiet ending to this. So I want your final call, no hedging, no excuses. Who wins? How do they win? And does this become a one-time war or the start of something much bigger? Drop it all in the comments. Argue with each other. Defend your pick. Because when Raw hits Germany, this won't just be a match. It'll be a statement. And Ring Rumble will be right here when the dust settles. But here's the part nobody wants to admit out loud. This match could expose something uncomfortable. Not just about Gunther. Not just about AJ Styles. But about WWE itself. Because if this blows the roof off the building, and it will, then the question becomes painfully obvious: why did it take this long? How many other once-in-a-generation clashes have we missed because of timing, brand splits, or hesitation? And if this is what happens when WWE finally pulls the trigger, what else are they holding back? Think about that for a second. Gunther vs AJ Styles isn't just a fight, it's proof of concept. Proof that wrestling doesn't need gimmicks to feel massive. Proof that storytelling can live inside the ring. Proof that intensity alone can carry a show. So let me ask you, does this feel bigger than most title matches to you? Because it should. And let's talk endings, because that's where tempers are really going to flare. Imagine Gunther surviving everything, every kick, every counter, every desperate rally, and still standing. Imagine AJ collapsing, not beaten by speed or tricks, but by relentless punishment. That ending would send a message so loud it echoes for years. But imagine the opposite. Imagine AJ Styles shocking the crowd into silence. Imagine Germany going dead quiet as Gunther stares up at the lights, realizing for the first time that dominance isn't permanent. That would be the kind of moment WWE replays forever. Which ending angers you more? Which one excites you more? Because deep down, that's how you know this match matters. There's no comfortable outcome. Someone's favorite loses. Someone's myth takes damage. Someone's pride gets tested in front of the world. And that's real wrestling. So don't just watch this match. Don't just react to it. Engage with it. Argue about it. Defend your pick. Call out the people who are wrong. Because when Gunther and AJ Styles finally lock eyes in that ring, history won't be written quietly. It'll be written with force. And when it's over, when the chops stop echoing, when the crowd finally catches its breath, the only question left will be this: were you watching, or were you sleeping on one of the most important first-time matches WWE has given us in years? Let me know in the comments. Share this with someone who still doesn't get it. And stay locked to Ring Rumble, because this war is only just beginning.